Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. If you're into shocking emotional stories, you're exactly where you need to be. Make sure to subscribe and become part of our growing storytelling family. Now let me begin. I never believed one small mistake could completely shatter my world. But everything changed the moment my husband pressed play on that video during dinner. In seconds, my entire reality collapsed. My name is Emma. I'm 29 years old, and I've been married to Ryan for 4 years. Or at least, I thought we had a strong, truthful marriage. I was painfully wrong. Weeks before that unforgettable night, Ryan started acting differently. He barely replied to my messages, stopped making plans with me, and seemed distant whenever I tried to reconnect. I convinced myself it was just work stress or a temporary phase. But something in his eyes had changed. It felt like I was no longer home to him. Then came the night of my friend's birthday. It was a simple gathering at a bar. I hadn't planned on drinking much, but one drink turned into another, and for the first time in a while I felt free. Light. Seen. That's when I ran into Jason. We knew each other back in college but had lost touch over the years. Conversation came easily. Shared memories, laughter, teasing. Before I knew it, the energy shifted into something dangerous. I knew I was crossing a line, but in that moment I craved attention. I wanted to feel desired again. When Jason leaned in and kissed me, time seemed to stop. I pulled away almost instantly, my heart racing. I told him it was wrong, that it shouldn't have happened, but it already had. That single kiss haunted me. Guilt followed me everywhere. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think. I loved Ryan, or at least I believed I did. And I knew I couldn't keep the truth from him. The next evening when Ryan came home, I sat him down. My hands were shaking. "Ryan, there's something I need to tell you," I said. "At the party last weekend, I kissed someone. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything." He stared at me, silent. "Just a kiss?" he finally asked. "Yes," I answered quickly. "Nothing more." After a long pause, he nodded. "Thank you for being honest," he said quietly. Relief washed over me. I truly believed we could move forward. I was wrong. A few nights later, we hosted a dinner with friends. Everything seemed normal. Laughter, conversation, forced smiles. I tried to act like nothing was wrong, even though my stomach was in knots. Halfway through the meal, Ryan stood up. "There's something I want to show everyone," he said calmly. He connected his phone to the television. Before the video even started, my heart dropped. There I was on the screen, clear, undeniable, leaning into Jason. The kiss looked longer than I remembered. Slower. Intimate. Someone had recorded it. The room went silent. "I found this video," Ryan said. "I thought everyone deserved to see the truth. I wanted the floor to swallow me whole." Some friends stared in shock. Others looked away. Tears burned my eyes. "Ryan, please," I whispered. "It was just a kiss. I told you." He said nothing. After everyone left, I confronted him. "How did you get that video?" I asked. His voice was exhausted. "Jason sent it to me. He said I deserved to know." That betrayal hurt even more than the kiss itself. I asked Ryan why he felt the need to expose me like that. Why humiliate me in front of our friends? "I was broken," he replied. "I didn't know if you were telling me the whole truth. I needed proof." That's when I realized something vital had been destroyed. Trust. And I didn't know if it could be rebuilt. Days passed, heavy and silent. We lived in the same house, but it felt like we were strangers. I tried to talk, to apologize, to explain. Ryan shut down every attempt. A week later, I sat across from him at the kitchen table. "Please," I said. "Talk to me." He sighed deeply. "It wasn't just the kiss, Emma. It was the secrecy. The way you minimized it. The fact that you didn't come to me when you were feeling lonely." Tears streamed down my face. "I was scared. I didn't want to lose you. You should have trusted me," he said quietly. Then came another shock. Ryan showed me messages Jason had sent him. Taunting texts bragging about the kiss, threatening to release more videos. Jason wasn't done hurting us. Ryan was furious and devastated. That's when he suggested couples therapy. I didn't want to go at first. The shame felt unbearable. But eventually I agreed. Therapy didn't fix everything overnight, but it gave us space to speak honestly. Ryan admitted the video destroyed his trust. I admitted how lonely and unseen I had felt. For the first time in weeks, we were moving slowly forward. One day, Ryan surprised me. The house was clean. Dinner was ready. A note waited on the table. "I don't know what tomorrow brings," it read, "but I'm willing to fight for us." I cried harder than I had in weeks. The pain hasn't vanished. Sometimes I catch Ryan looking at me with both love and heartbreak in his eyes. Forgiveness isn't easy. Trust takes time. But I've learned something crucial. One mistake doesn't have to define a life. Still, the road back is fragile, and honesty, no matter how painful, is the only way through. Maybe one day that kiss will be nothing more than a memory. Not the end of us, but the moment that forced us to face the truth.